task 7.1. In the task 7.1, I have added concept of transaction instead of having three separate classes as deposit transaction, withdraw transaction, and transfer transaction. I have now created a base class called transaction. It is a base tagged because we will never create an object of this class. This class has the things that are common for all transactions, like the amount successful result, instead center. There is also common code for execute and rollback, such as validation. In the child classes, let's look at deposit transaction. We just add the new attribute like account and new logic like the actual calculation itself. Otherwise, we just reuse the footer of the base transaction class. So in the main the differences is that we now created an object of transaction and then initialize it to deposit, withdraw, or transfer always. Also, I have added the transaction history. The bank class has a list of transactions. Every time we do a transaction, it is added into this list. For me, this was the main benefit of creating an abstract class. We would have needed separate lists if we hadn't generalized the transaction class. So let's do focus on rollback. In the transaction class, the rollback methods, it's virtual, which means it only provides the basic feature. We check that transaction has been executed and it hasn't been rolled back already. Then the actual rollback itself is done under each individual transaction class. In deposit transaction, we perform a withdraw. In withdraw transaction, we perform a deposit and in transfer. We reverse the transaction on both sides.